So the training ground which we had begun, which had the first president, which if you talk about presidents, was that we used to look at people who were chairing or deputizing the Committee of Legal and Parliamentary Affairs. And I've given you the names. So they were followed by Wakina Ben Wacha, the Wakina Adolf Mwesige, there was Jacob, the late Jacob Bolanya. That is the lineup, you see? Yeah? So, when Sekandi took over from Ayume then became Attorney General. So why didn't Ayume take his term to get the 2 terms? People are singing about. It's good you actually have institutional memory, because we don't blame them. Maybe they don't know. We don't know. They may not know. But now we are telling them so that they can know. So, Ayume became Attorney General. And he passed on when he was holding the office of the Attorney General in an accident. That was before we were talking about the 2-term limits for the presidents. That was the season. So after Ayume, we got Sekandi. Sekandi had also been on the legal committee. So when we are now discussing the issue of Sekandi retaining the speakership for the 2nd term, these are the reasons. The meeting was chaired by the president, and I was there. We were at Uma Showgrounds. Those days we used to meet there. I don't know how we ended up meeting in the but we were in Uma Show. The president said, we finished the constitution. It is still, some articles are not even being implemented. Let's see how the constitution leads us into stability. But also, because the second was in the CA, he's the right man to take us through this transition. And then also the referendum, because 2006 we were coming from a referendum that took us to the multi-party. So he said, we are a winning team, let's now build the multi-party. Sekandi took his 2nd term on those grounds. So you have to convince us that there are special qualities or unique qualities of whoever is now asking for those 2 terms, because we justify. So you tell us the special unique qualities, we justify the 2nd term, because for Sekandi, we justified the 2nd term. Now Kadaga was deputy for 10 years. When you were making her speaker, she said, you know, and even her supporters, including myself, truly, because then I was in Yala, we said the Kadaga has served for 2 terms, but she's the first woman to be speaker in the 1995 constitution. Let her also do 2 terms, balanced with the Sekandi, because she had also been in the CA. So that women can also be, because she's the trailblazer for women to reach there. Because I also let her now also train other younger women to prepare themselves, so that when somebody comes and says, no, she's now ready for. By the way, I am a founding member of the NRM party. After the referendum in 2005, I was already in the Yala, East African Parliament. We traveled by air back home quickly with the late Medikagwa to sign in as promoters and the founding members of the NRM party as a party. But for me, the advantage I had, I had even worked at the movement secretary. So I was already a household name. That's why you hear people saying NRM's Wanyoto. They don't have any other title they give me. I'm the NRM's Wanyoto. Because I've worked for the party for 32 years. 32 years servicing the party, growing the party. So, if there's anybody that can challenge that record of that time, and if time is valuable, because people talk about experience. If you value experience, you cannot wish me away in NRM. You can't. You cannot. So, Kadaga took the 2nd term on the strength of that justification. So then SEC took the names to the NRM caucus of members of parliament, and the NRM of the caucus both